And just as Jesus worshiped God, Jesus invites us to worship God by giving of our time and our treasures. More than that. When we give of our time and our treasures, when we worship God, we say that God is valuable to us. Jesus shows us that God declares us valuable. In a scandalous sense, God worships us. In what ways does God declare us valuable? Several ways. First, God creates us. We hear that in our first lesson this morning. Have you not known, have you not heard, the Lord is our everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. Would you take a minute, pull out your hand and look at it. Look closely at it. Look at all the lines, the ridges, the fingerprints, maybe places where you've been cut and it's scarred over. Do you realize that no one's hand is exactly like yours? It's almost as if God created you as a masterpiece, stepped back and said, wow, that's very good. He's very good. She's very good. That's the word that he uses in Genesis. And the word good here doesn't mean good like, good boy or good girl. It means beautiful, pleasing. It's an aesthetic sense. You are beautiful in God's eyes. The psalmist in Psalm 139 talks about the fact that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, that God knit you together in the depths in your mother's womb. That's the first way God shows that you are valuable, that you have worth. Second way is that God sustains us. It says that in the psalm reading today, that God gives food to the young animals and to the ravens when they cry. God provides all that we need to sustain our life. All of the good gifts of the earth, the seasons that help to produce crops, and the animals that we then can enjoy for food. Right? Now, some will say that all the things that they have, their home, their riches, their wealth, their family, they earned it. They worked hard to get it. By darn it, they deserved it. But I would ask this question. Who gave us the intelligence, the skill, the ability? Who gave us the family and the friends? The family who raised us, the friends who cared for us. Who is it that provided for us from before the very beginning of time? God did. God sustains us. So God creates us, God sustains us. And third, God shows that we have worth by saving us. Now, the Greek word for save, which is sozo, can mean many different things. It can mean to save, it can mean to heal, it can mean to deliver, to rescue, lots of different things. In a sense, Jesus saved Peter's mother-in-law this morning by healing him, by bringing him wholeness, by bringing her shalom, which is the Hebrew word for peace and wholeness. And when she is saved, she gets up and she begins to serve them. Likewise, when we are saved by God, especially on that cross, how fitting is it for us to worship God in response? God has done far more for us than we will ever, ever, ever do for God. God has done far more for us. God has created us. God has sustained us. God has saved us. So yes, giving is an act of worship. It's a way we say to God, yes, we love you, God. We worship you. You have worth. You are valuable. But even more than that, God declares that you are valuable, that you have worth. How much, you might ask? Not this much. Not this much. This much worth, Jesus said. And then he opened his arms and he died.